Good day. Typhoon Chaba is moving to the northeast of Okinawa currently with max sustained winds of 95 knots. It is the 29th of October 2010. Rob here at WesternPacificWeather.com. And as we look at Okinawa, anybody in that island yesterday, it was a pretty long day. Typhoon strength gusts of 64 knots or greater were reported on the island of Okinawa yesterday. But the good news is most of the sustained winds remained well off the island as the system passed. So really good news here. But some footage shot here by OOQRA on YouTube here if anybody wants to look this up. Some fairly good footage there from Okinawa, with little damage throughout much of the islands right in here as the system starts to move off to the northeast. Good news as far as that, but still going to see gusty winds throughout Okinawa and much of the Ryukyu Islands today. As you can see on the satellite picture, that cold surge starting to remount right up in here as the system moves off to the east. Really allows the system start to take the northerly winds down here towards the south here, and actually could see some drop in temperature later tonight, actually down into the 60s and maybe even low as the 50s. That's really far down, but looks like it's basically the mid 60s down in here in the Ryukyu Islands. I know a little bit of chilly temperatures down in this region, but as you can see right in here, these cloud lines really starting to mount up, and some reports of winds up in the 30 to 40 knots far up in this entire area, really demonstrating that cold air advection as it brings us to the south. But as we look out for Typhoon Chaba here, you basically look at this entire satellite picture right here, and you can tell where the systems can move. And you have an upper level trough that's situated right here, basically a stationary front attached to that. And this storm is going to follow that front, and it's going to move straight off to the northeast here. Showing the track here by a JMA, just bringing the system off the east coast of Honshu here, just to the southeast of the Kanto Plain right in this region. And right now, though, the cone of air still extends from Japanese Alps here in central Honshu and farther out here just off the east coast of Honshu. So still that wide cone of air, but fairly confident in the track of this storm. Streamline analysis, surface analysis, and all the models really match on where the system's going to go as it makes its extratropical transition off to the northeast here. Showing one of the models here, the GFS at 12Z, so basically the evening of the 30th or Saturday night, the system making a CPA towards the Kanto Plain, a very tight gradient associated with it. And even though it is going to be making its extratropical transition, still that does not take from the large amount of precipitation and increased winds the system will be making on the eastern portion of Honshu. Now here's the official track from JTWC at 03Z or noon Japan Standard Time, and showing this system making its way off to the northeast. It's going to be gradually weakening, and by the time it CPAs the Kanto Plain in this region at 30th at 12Z, so the evening of Saturday, this should be seeing about 50 gusting up to about 65 knots of winds out of this in the center of the system. But that's really close to actually much of this region here as far as Tokyo and all that area in here. So just one thing to note, you're still going to see seeing gust high air in many buildings throughout this entire region here, and very mountainous throughout this entire region, not just Mount Fuji here, but there's still plenty of rolling hills down in this region. This could enhance the effect of these winds and actually boost up some of these winds due to funneling in many of these regions, especially through the Tokyo Bay right in here. You could see some funneling through that region as well, and even the Sagami-Wan in this entire region here. So just one thing to note, you're still be seeing some winds out of this, and it looks like it's going to be really powerful in Saturday night. So if anybody has plans going out Saturday night is for Halloween, it looks like it's pretty much going to be dampened as the system parts off to the northeast here. And also really widespread precipitation throughout this entire region is forecasted by JMA, basically saying about 100% of precipitation throughout all of the Kanto Plain, extended from Tokyo and all the way down to the Sagami-Wan here. And showing the surface chart here, just to demonstrate yet again the track to the northeast here, the system will be following this trough of low pressure up in this region. And just another thing to note, as it moves off to the northeast, you might likely see a tighter gradient as the system starts interacting with the high pressure here. So forecasted winds are definitely above 50 knots throughout this region right in here as the system tracks off to the northeast. Might even wobble a little bit farther to the east due to this high pressure. But right now, it looks like it's pretty much dead set on going off and just clipping the east coast of Honshu right in here. So a really tight gradient likely going to be out of this, so definitely going to be seeing sustained winds upwards of 50 knots on the Kanto Plain and throughout this entire region right in here. So just another thing to know, bases up here in the Kanto Plain, Yokosuka, Yokota, Atsugi, all in T-Core 3 right now as this system tracks off to the northeast, and likely might see T-Core 2 later on today here. No, but that is all for today, everybody. Thank you for listening to WesternPacificWeather.com. If you have any questions, please field me them there at the homepage of WesternPacificWeather.com. Also, you can email me and find me at storm2k.org. Plenty of meteorological sound people there that can answer your questions on this system as well. So please stay safe out there. Have a great day, and I'll have another update again maybe this evening or possibly tomorrow morning as this system nears the east coast of Honshu. Oh, and last, though, I also want to thank everybody here in Okinawa for the support from this system. Plenty of people giving me some really good information on the ground there, and also for just the support overall as this system passed by. So thank you very much, and please stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. Bye.